Do you like scary movies? Do you like true crime? Well, we got a bunch of episodes for you this month.
That's right, Chirac. A lot of good stuff. This is Halloween month, a bunch of scary true crime episodes we have, and we'll tell you all about it right after this. You got those bats flying at you, sure.
I know.
I got those
Yes.
spiders.
But before we would get started,
Yeah,
we
let's
want to say
introduce
this
ourselves in case somebody's just joining us.
So this is Shivak. I'm Shivak.
And I'm as you can call me Ed, either one. And before we get into what's going on this month with our scary true crimes,
Yes, this is for education, entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and always be kind to everyone, friends, family, strangers.
everyone, everywhere. So thank you, Chirac, for that. And let's see. I want to go here. And this is a little slide you see at the end of our intro. This is only the intro for our Halloween month of October. So this is only like think of it as a month of specials. And so this is our little logo here. And this is, it looks like the bat's going to mess your hair. I don't have that problem, Chirac. It looks like the spider's going to land on my hand there, and it's pretty gross. But anyhow, so that's our little logo for this month. And so what I wanted to do for you guys, or we want to do for you guys, is kind of just talk about what this month has in store.
Yeah.
And, we're filming this a little bit early, so we might throw some additional surprises out this month, but we'll tell you what's definitely in the works. Okay. So let's start off, Chirac, with the very first episode that we're going to do this month. You know which one it is? Or you want me to talk about it? You want to talk about it?
So I know we're going to be doing a couple of them this month, but the first one is going to be going to Salem.
That's right. Salem, Massachusetts.
That's going to be awesome.
So basically what's going on there is we're going to be filming on site to the graveyard. We'll explain more about it, but more of the historical events of what happened at that period of time to many people in that area of Salem, Massachusetts, the hysteria, they call it. And Shrock and I are going to go to the museums and some other places, learn all about it firsthand. I've been there before. Shrock hasn't, so this is going to be new for her. So it's going to be good. We're going to get a fresh experience and somebody knows
walking on the grounds of Salem, Mass.
Yeah, I like history, so I've been there before and into it. But it's good because you get a fresh opinion and somebody who has some background in it. Probably go to House of Seven Gables. We're going to try to do as much as we can there, get some insights, and we'll talk all about it. Right. So we'll talk about what you know, what you think what you know about it, and what's interesting is we're going to discuss what was really the true crime there.
Exactly.
Was it the people
It's amazing.
who were murdered, or was it the people who sent them to their grave? So
that's an interesting one. That's going to be a good one.
And Shrock, do you want to talk about one of the other episodes that you're working on?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing Amityville Horror.
Amityville, yep.
Amityville Horror, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be a good one. Very interesting story, happened back in 1974.
And that basically, for you guys that don't know, what we're doing is, for the ones that we're talking about, they're going to be, fact versus fiction.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about these scary classic movies, and
like based on a true story type of.
Right.
So they all going to be based on a true story, but of course they want to definitely have that excitement in there. But we're going to go over the facts, and then we're going to go over the fiction, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Because I think you're going to be surprised what elements are really factual and what elements are really fiction. And I think people get really surprised, especially on that one. Another one we're going to do, and I'll talk about that one, and that one is Chainsaw Massacre. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to be more specific. But did it really happen in Texas? What's fact versus fiction? We're going to lay all that down.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
That's another good one. And Let's see what else. We're gonna do The Haunting from Connecticut, or there's a Connecticut. Well, we live in
Right.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
so we felt like, geez, we really should do The Haunting Connecticut. There was a movie on that. We're gonna talk
Right.
about what happened there. That's when a family moves into a house that was used to be a funeral home, and
Funeral home. Can you
a
believe that?
lot of crazy stuff
Like who
happens
will move
there.
into a funeral home? Well, a house that was a funeral home.
Yeah. And yeah, that's really nuts. And then we're gonna do a live stream. It's again this whole month of October. We're not gonna do any Morphew cases, Peterson cases, unless something really comes
Pops
out
up.
of that
Pops
was
up. Yeah.
really important, like something that really jumps out. Then we're gonna jump on that episode right away, put it out. Like for example, if Scott Peterson's if they found DNA on the tape, let's just say they found somebody else's
Right.
DNA, that might be huge. We might want to talk about it. But other than that, we're not planning on any of our usual cases, Chris Watts, any of that stuff for the month
Month
of
of
October,
October.
especially for this stuff. And we like to hear from you. If you like what we're doing for October, the fact versus fiction stuff on the really more bizarre side of things. This first year, we're still kind of like feeling our group out. We love doing all stuff in this genre, but we like to get into a specific niche. We use
Yeah.
AI quite a bit for some of our stuff, meaning we talk to AI, and they would get at responses via the avatars that we have, or
Yeah.
our AI panel that we've created
Yeah,
to
and
answer
let me know how
questions.
you like that panel too. I think it was very creative. Everyone is using AI. It's the future, so we just definitely want to jump on that, so we can be up with with the other technologies that's
Yeah.
out there and other shows that we working with.
The one thing that we'll tell you is that we're planning on we consider every year, because we started January 2nd, I think, or January 6th. We're planning every year being like a new season. So we really want to get some surprises and really start off next year's season with a new and improved, what we think improved method and different things we're going to do. We always consider our first year kind of like just feeling it out,
Mm.
seeing how what we're doing, getting
Yeah,
creative, trying different things.
yeah, it's considered like a pilot,
Yeah, thank you,
so that's what
Shrock.
it is.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, the whole year being a pilot. 'Cause in this YouTube, you really got to like take some time to really get used to the technology, the editing. Shrock and I do everything ourselves, like everything, everything. I create the music, we do the editing, we do the building, we do the research, we do everything. So, going into year two, though, we want to be really moving and grooving and being consistent through that
mm,
year of what we're going to do. So it's really important you guys tell us what you think, what you like. And this is another month of like, well, I really like the way you guys did this type of stuff. Let us know.
right.
Enough of that. Sorry. I know that was a little bit of a commercial. So, Shirak, without giving it away, high level, we're gonna have episode on Halloween. Well, we're not gonna be live on Halloween, but there's gonna be a pre-recorded episode. Without giving the specific storylines, can you at least talk about what is gonna be what's gonna be in that episode?
Yeah, so there's going to be two episodes broken up. Really, two things that's going to happen, but I'm gonna break it up into two.
Two
Something
stories.
two two stories that happen, and one is we're gonna just say it's going to be called the Candyman. That's gonna come out. That's gonna be awesome, and some of y'all may know this story. Some of y'all may
Don't
not.
don't give too much. That's enough.
But that is something that we're gonna be going through, and then the other one is gonna be about some girls that
Uh,
lived in some girls lived in California.
Yeah. No, I was really you gave more than away, but that's fine. What I was really hoping you were just gonna say was it stories that happened on Halloween.
Yeah, they happen
That's
on
fine.
Halloween,
It's
but yeah,
okay,
but
give them a
that's a
little
little
bit
bit
more.
too. So
If people are taking this time to watch us, we appreciate them. So I'm glad you brought a little bit more. But yeah, I was
yeah,
just
give them a little
so
treat,
basically,
the trick or treat, right?
yeah, exactly. I like that's good. So basically, make long story short, these are stories that
It happened
happen
on
on
Halloween.
Halloween. And because we do our episodes on Thursdays that fall on Halloween, we thought that was pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Our live stream, I don't know what we're gonna do. Again, I'm sorry to repeat, we're not gonna do our usual Chris Watts or Peterson or some of the other ones we've done in the past. It's gonna be something based off of the month, what we're talking
Or
about, what we'll
maybe
come up with.
which one they like the best, and let's talk about. We can actually talk about the shows and which one.
Yeah,
That's
or
not
if
the
there's
best.
any questions or,
Yeah.
feedback,
Any
we
feedback.
would love to make sure you guys join us on that live stream. That is important,
Yeah.
to us that you guys join. And,
Yeah.
it's free. We don't ask for anything, nothing. Just join and have our
We do
conversation.
ask for your time.
That's
So
it. That's all we
that's
like,
something.
so we can have that conversation with you all and, see, so far what you like with the stuff, what you don't. And then, what else? I think we hit all the main ones,
Hmm.
and, we're if we have time and those other things, we still might do we're up in the air, we still might do some crime news. Really, we wanna focus on this one genre, if you wanna say, for the month. So we might do some other episodes. Some of the other ones that we're thinking about is, like, Annabelle would be another one. The, what's the other one? It's similar to that, The Conjuring, and, I forgot some of the other ones. So we're thinking about some of these other topics if we get time to cover.
Yeah.
But, hey, before we go, let's just talk a little bit about us, Rock, a little bit, maybe some of our background. So when you were younger, did you go trick or treating a lot?
Yes, that's the only way I got candy. How else I'm gonna get candy, right? Nobody's buying candy
I
at the
know.
house. You want candy, you go trick or treating, and
She
there's your
grew up in New
candy.
York.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
can hear
right?
the
New York.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But so
you get tons
what'd you
of
dress up
candy.
as? Do you remember some of the things you dressed up as?
Mm, I don't know, maybe some mama lipstick. Who knows? Unless
What?
my mother's lipstick. I said.
That's what you dressed up as?
Well, we didn't really buy, costumes. We made our own costumes. We were trying to be unique and creative.
Oh.
We wasn't. My mother wasn't thinking about buying costumes. For all the
You
kids, that
you know
doesn't make
what?
sense.
Our
Just throw something on your head like a shirt or something and tie it in the back. It's creative.
yeah, it was similar to us too because, growing up when I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money, and then when you like more towards the end of the trick or treating age, we actually had stuff to kind of buy some costumes or some things costumes. But basically, I think one time it was a pirate. My mom had like a scarf thing to put on my head, and all I bought was an eye patch and a plastic sword. Before that, you know what we used to do if you didn't have money, which a lot of times we didn't? Use your pillow as your pillowcase is what you collect the candy in. That costs no money. And then you dress up as a bum. You just wear odd and ends. You just a
Yeah, I did that
hobo.
too.
You dressed up as a hobo, and that's it. And it really costs you nothing. Just find a lot of odds and ends in your closet, and you go out, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's why I
anyhow,
said lipstick. Me and my mother makeup or something and just choose something on our face.
I got something to share that people may not know. Just more FYI, since you're joining in. So when I was in college, and again, remember we live in Connecticut, and the other person who used to live in Connecticut are the Warrens, the famous ghost hunters worldwide. They're both passed away.
Oh yeah.
But they lived in Connecticut. They used to do around this time of year. They used to go like to local hotels or colleges in different places. I've seen them at least 4 or 5 times and bring the evidence. They would work closely with the Catholic Church and some of the priests in the area, and they did a lot of work. You guys, if you're familiar with the movies The Conjuring and some of the other movies, you're familiar
Yeah.
with who
Some
they
good
are.
movies. Yeah.
So I would talk to them after, many times I talked to them after the show. And one time I actually did go to their house.
Wow.
Um, and I was looking to join their group of investigators. And the only reason why I didn't is because I didn't have a lot of money back then. And to be part of the group, you had to pay like a week. I think it was weekly. I
Mm,
won't say how much because I don't want to get into it. But you had to pay a weekly fee because you were. It was like a education class. They were teaching you stuff. Suppose I mean they were, but you also did the legwork. So there's a give and take there. But I was just between the gas of getting there it was about 30 to 40 minutes to get to their house by the time and the money, I just didn't. I went like once or twice, and that was it. I just couldn't keep up with it. But at the time, their museum that was mentioned in the movies, we have all the scary stuff or
mhm.
that was actually in their garage or shed. I remember it being in the background. So we met at night outside.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
So that's interesting. And I have a couple friends. I had one friend that actually did a lot with them at one point in time. So have a direct, and the only thing I have is I didn't get a picture with them, which I don't know why I wasn't thinking back then, but I have a book signed by them, by both of them when they were both alive.
That's interesting. That brings me to another story. Maybe we can talk about this too. Did anybody had anything weird or spiritual happen to them? Like I know that my grandmother told us stories about, my uncle used to come to the house. He was dead. He was killed, and he used to come to the house at night and like hit on the like on top of the roof, and it was just crazy. So there was some true
Scary
stories, some
stuff.
stuff that happened, and so maybe we can say, have you seen anything scary? Do you know anything scary that you actually witnessed yourself? I know I
Yep.
dreamt about dead people and it came up to me in the spirit too.
It
So,
it's interesting too, Shrock, because depending on your beliefs,
mhm.
like, we're both Christian, but even within the Christian slash Catholic religion, some are more, have different slight beliefs. Like some believe that they're ghosts and there's demons. And there's some people that believe that ghosts are only demons using that to trick people. So that's a whole interesting topic, and I want to go there. So that's an interesting thing. But go ahead, finish your thought on
Oh no, I was
the
just saying
story.
that it's just interesting that people tell your stories and you like.
Yeah, and they have these experiences. The only thing I can tell you guys is don't mess with like even the Warrens. Their whole
Oh! I don't know if we should tell them that we're gonna be going to New Orleans.
oh yeah, we'll tell them in a second. Hold on, let me just finish this thought. 'Cause
That's
I'm gonna forget. You know
exciting.
me, I forget stuff. So the one thing I want, this is very important.
Okay.
Do not mess with spirits, spirit boxes, Ouija boards. Do not try
Yeah, I
to
agree.
contact the dead. I know a lot of people find that very interesting, calling up ghosts or whatever. I don't want to go into it right now, but the one time I did use a Ouija board in college, there was one person that was using a Ouija board with us. Literally 2 weeks later, they were deceased. I don't want to talk more about that.
Wow.
And I actually talked to Royane Warren about that. She didn't like yell, but her voice was pretty loud. Like,
That
why
is
would you use the Ouija board?
scary.
She kind of gave me
She actually
she kind of
died?
gave me the third degree. Yeah. And I'm gonna talk about it. So but
Wow.
basically she gave me the third degree about it when I was talking to her about it. And what's that?
Nothing. I
No,
just
just
kinda
don't mess with it.
I
Uh
agree, I definitely agree. Don't be into that stuff. It's just
no.
it's
No,
not
it's
worth
it's
it.
not
It's
a
not
met.
worth it.
Just
Yeah.
pray to God and
We are Christians, by the way.
pray and don't you run the risk of messing with things that you don't really understand. And even Edward and Warren, they I wouldn't call them ghost hunters, but they try to help in whether you believe that they were real or not. A lot of people feel like they were just trying to make money and the whole
Mhm.
thing was well. But they didn't try to improve people's lives. They try to get rid of those things in the houses. They try to bring in priests to cleanse people or cleanse the houses. They were trying to get
Mhm.
rid of it. They weren't playing with it and saying, "Hey, let me talk to you."
Right.
That's all. So enough of that. Enough preaching. Let's talk about New Orleans.
Yeah, New
So
Orleans.
in November, Shirok and I are going down to
That
Nolans.
was so funny. You said, "Let's talk about New Orleans," and then you just start talking about New Orleans. That's fine.
What's this?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, I just because the other thing I would have forgotten was very important. I don't want people
No,
mucking
no,
with that
that's
stuff.
fine. So, but you definitely going down there near Thanksgiving.
Yep. And we're gonna enjoy the food, the music. But one other thing is that
Yeah, we going.
there, and that's tied to this, but we're not. Obviously, we're going November. Not we won't have time for this month. But what kind of true crimes are around voodoo type stuff?
Right.
I won't give it away, but there's been some crimes in the United States that were had sometimes ties
That's
to
what-
voodoo. So we want to go down there,
Yeah.
and again, we're not mucking with anything. So we're
Yeah,
practicing
we
what
just
we're
want to see if
preaching.
we know someone and maybe have
We're trying to
maybe
get some more
someone can speak we can
information,
speak with.
yeah, related to the stories, to the
Just tell us
crimes.
their
Not
stories.
not we're not getting involved in any of the other stuff. No,
Mm-mm-mm. It's not
no,
happening.
no. We're just gonna enjoy the Cafe du Monde. You eat coffee and beignets, some nice
Beignets, yum
Cajun
yum.
food,
We both been down there
and
before, so we know the
yeah,
spots.
yeah, we know, not too far from Bourbon Street, so we're staying pretty much in the French Quarter, so
Yeah,
and it'll be good. Oh, and we might go see a Saints game. Yeah, I almost said Patriots because the Patriots up here, but we might go see the Saints
Saints NFL.
NFL football game while we're down there too. So we'll definitely have an episode when we come back on that. We'll have some film footage. That's just a little preview because again, you guys took time to watch this, which we
Yeah,
appreciate.
so we just want to just let you know what's coming up and just keep us in your calendar. So when
Yep.
when our days when we air, that you basically get to see these, which is awesome. Or you can always go back.
Yeah, exactly. But do you have anything else, Shrock, you want to mention?
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think we, hopefully you got to know a little bit more about ourselves and what's going on for this month. And
Show
again, please guys
episodes.
be safe. Again, we're talking about these true crimes, just this whole month and especially on Halloween. If you're taking out kids, make sure it's at a right time. Do safety, have your flashlights. That is important. I know a thing that's been really popular over the last decade or two is parents getting together and drinking as they're taking their kids. Hopefully everybody's going to be responsible in what they're doing, and just be safe. Check the candy. I know that's a thing, but definitely do that. And we just hope you guys have a good, safe month, and
Yes, I want to
we'll
also
see you in the
say
episodes.
too, just something came up. I know a lot of the communities is not really having trick or treating like around here. They just having something downtown, where all the kids can go. It's a trust community where everybody just go and have fun. They playing some music and they have a lot of candy instead of going house to house.
Yeah, that's a really
I
good.
think
That's
that's
a
more
great
safe.
option.
Yes, and that's
Or
what they
have a
do in our
Halloween
community.
party.
Yep,
Yeah,
Halloween
Halloween
party.
party. Everybody brings one piece of candy. Say if you have 10 or 12 kids, each kid gets 12 candies or, maybe like a full candy bar, whatever it is.
12 candies, I don't know. I was dying to get like 50
Jeez.
candies. I want something last me for
Yeah.
to next
I'm
Halloween.
still getting my fillings fixed.
I know.
All right. That
Okay.
was that was a long one. I
Thank you
hope you guys
guys.
enjoyed it. We will see you or check us out in these next episodes this month.
Studio 70.
Studio 70. Let's see. Here we go.